that you were able to join us this evening as well. I am going to get started right now, and my name is Carolyn McTush. I am the moderator for the call this evening, and I'm going to make sure that this call is on record so that we can make it available to our members and whoever else would like to get a chance to hear this presentation. So now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get started by introducing you to our illustrious leader, and that is Mr. Mark T. Stevens. And I'm not sure if you know this about him. I'm sure the ones that our existent members know, but those of you who are new might not be aware. So I'm going to give you a little background on our leader, Mark Stevens. He's a financial planner and a business consultant who for many years has been teaching people how to have a successful business working from home and benefiting from the tax advantages that it offers. His vast years of experience include being the head of the banking division for a nonprofit organization called Operation Hope, which is out of Los Angeles, California, and the co-host of a television show called Just Between Us at Comcast Studios in Wildwood, New Jersey. Recently, he has been teaching financial literacy to the underserved communities in the Washington metropolitan area of our nation's capital and administrating over a company called the Dynamic Trio, which is Fund Me 247, Feed Me 247, and Fund Me to Infinity, 3 Diamond Award-winning crowdfunding platforms. I believe, now this is Mark's famous motto. He says, I believe that the best way to make money is to help others make it first. Serving other people is one of the most rewarding things a person can do for others. There is a difference in being broke and being poor. Being broke is a temporary economic condition, but being poor is a disabling frame of mind and a depressed condition of the spirit. And we must vow to never, ever be poor again. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Mark T. Stevens, President, CEO, Crowdfunding Guaranteed, LLC. Mark, the mic is in your hands.
Thank you, Carolyn. Peace and blessings, everyone. Glad to see everyone here. We're going to have some great information this evening, especially for the new people. I'm still excited about Monday, which is our Millionaire Project. For some reason, I can't get away from that. And so I'm thinking, boy, we're going to get some more millionaire talk today. But actually, you're going to get the talk about how you're going to get to those millions today as well. So, but what I want to talk about is that when you talk like that, a lot of people get scared. And it's because they don't think it can happen to them, or they just, it makes them nervous. So that's what you call fear. So I want to talk a little bit about fear before we actually get started. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Carolyn in a few minutes. Now, you often hear me say that words are thoughts and pictures. And what I always do is try to find the meaning of a word by breaking down its letters that's in that word. Now, fear, F-E-A-R, this is what it means to me. This one you might have heard before. False evidence appearing real. That's the one you might have heard a few times. F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Now, the second one is mine, and that's face everything and run. You can do that. Or the third one is face everything and rise. And like I often say, that we're not trying to survive, we want to thrive. So, but guess what has to happen for this to change? It's called mindset. And I want to share a little bit of that with you. So basically what I'm saying is today I want to talk to you about how you should think in terms of making 6 figures a year from home with tax advantages. Yes, think, because there's a big difference between the mindset of an employee and who makes, say, thousands of dollars a year even, and an entrepreneur who makes the same amount every month. In other words, I just said, make the same amount every month that a lot of people make in a year. That's the difference in an hourly worker and an entrepreneur. See, there's a difference between someone who's happy, you know, to clock in and do their 9 to 5. And as you often hear me say, that 9 to 5 is a trap. It's a scam. That's the real scam, the 9 to 5. And someone who makes 6 figures a year and works, say, 4 hours a day. That's what an entrepreneur can do, and a number of them do. Now, but see, here's the thing, there's a gigantic difference in someone who takes control of their life and then someone who leaves it up to a boss to decide. And y'all know what I'm talking about, like that supervisor from hell tell you when to take off, when to get back, when to take vacation, where you can go, and things of that nature. Now, myself, I believe that it comes down to mindset. And one of the reasons that one of my good friends, he's not with us anymore, but his name is Albert Einstein. And he was one of the most brilliant thinkers of past times. And he said that education is not just the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So, you know, the scripture tells me that as a man or woman thinketh, so are he and she. And the thing is the things that you think about are the things that you're going to become. So what Albert Einstein was talking about, you got to think outside of the box. You can't just do the same things you've always been doing, because you'll get the same things you've always been getting. So you got to have a change of mind. Now, the scriptures also tell me that you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And, you know, the historic Black colleges, they talk about, you know, thinking outside of the box, and they also talk about things that will make you really grow. And that the main thing they say is that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So you got to have the right mindset. Now, finally, I want you to think about this. There are 2 days only. There are only 2 days in the year that you can't do anything about. There are yesterday and tomorrow. And why is that? Well, yesterday is gone, never to return. There's not anything you can do about that. But tomorrow is not even promised. None of us are guaranteed a promise that we're going to see tomorrow. That's why we have been given the present. Will you take advantage of it? Now, here's what I'm going to say to that. I want to talk about the millionaire state of mind, because like I said, what Carolyn is going to share with you this evening is how to get there. But I just want to share the million state of mind in my opinion and in my view. See, I'm thinking like this. If you think big, and your wealth will grow, but if you think small, it falls behind actually. And if you want to become a millionaire, it's all in the state of mind. So being a millionaire is a state of mind. See, if you think you're beaten, guess what? You are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you think you can't, you certainly won't. That's what's going to happen to you. So what I'm saying is, for many a race is lost, even before the race is run, and many times we fail even before the work's begun. So if you think you're poor, guess what? You are. And like I said, that's really distressing. It's really distressing. You've got to think rich to rise. You have to be sure of your goal. And in addition to that, before you can win the prize. So think about that. Now, life's victories, which we all want, don't always go to the stronger or even the sharper one. Sooner or later, if you think about it, the one who wins is the one who chooses, I've won. So in essence, whatever you want in life, you have to put yourself there before you even get there. You have to walk in that light before you even get there. In other words, if you plan on being a millionaire, you need to start acting like one now. That's one of the things that I learned in the classes that Carolyn is teaching. So finally, if you think you'll lose, guess what? You have lost. For out in the world you'll find financial freedom is a daily idea, and it's all in the state of mind. So as you often hear me say, change that up, and let's all grow together. Peace and blessings. Back to you, Carolyn.
Absolutely. That is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful words to hear, Mark, and I'm so happy that to hear you speak those words, because it lets me know that the work that we're doing together is really taking root, because I could hear the sincerity and enthusiasm and all of the knowledge coming forth from you that we all need to have in order for us to grow. Thank you so much as a leader for giving such a great example for us and taking the time to make this possible for all of us and for everyone who wants the opportunity to become a millionaire. Now, tonight, we'll be talking about our millionaire platform. On Mondays, we do the Millionaire Project seminars. And that's where we talk about the concepts, the principles, and the theory about what it takes to become a millionaire. That's when we introduced you to various millionaire case histories. We also review specific books about millionaires. We listen to videos, and we inspire you, and we show you, try as much as make it tangible for you to see and understand that you have the ability to become a millionaire physically. And we also want you to understand that it's a mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, you were born to be creators. And this is what we want you to understand, because in your effort to become a millionaire, maybe some of you don't want to become a millionaire, you want to be multimillionaires. Maybe there's some of you that want to become billionaires. But in your quest to accomplish this along your journey, there are certain things, precepts, and rules that you need to be aware of. And that's what we're here to show you. Now, tonight, we're here to show you the platform on which we apply these theories and these concepts and principles. It's called the Practicum. And we understood way back some time ago that in terms of our platforms, that they were really unique and excellent Diamond Award winning platforms, fundraising platforms. And we worked to integrate them and to automate them and to make them top of the line, so that it would be user friendly and that you would be able to achieve the results that you need to fulfill your dream projects in the year 2020 and beyond. And in the process of us working with these platforms, integrating them and automating them and tweaking them and refining them, we also have proven that these platforms actually work. Now that we have gotten these platforms in place, what we have now embarked upon the mission of actually showing you guys how to use these platforms to become millionaires. It is our mission to create 100 millionaires in the process of 360 days. You want to be one of those millionaires? Well, if you do, then all you have to do is come along with us. It doesn't take a whole lot. It takes the will and it takes the desire. And that we're going to show you how to get there. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that we're programmed for limitation? Did you know that we were only programmed to go only so far in life? We were programmed to believe in what we see and not in the use of our imagination, or what our imagination, one of the most powerful faculties that we have, could do. Did you know that you were born to be creators and performers, that you have greatness in you, and that you not only to reach for the stars, but you can create even more beautiful ones? You were here to do God's work. And God's work is creation, it's expansion, fuller expression, and greater goodness. And we're all here to do something great in this world. And we know that money is at the top of the list because of the fact that it enables us to do a lot of the things that we need to do in order to accomplish our mission. So right here today, it is my mission to show you how to use our platforms to create wealth, not only among yourselves, but others that you seek to touch, be it your family, your friends, your loved ones. But the greatest mission is for you to become the best version of yourself that you can become. And that is what I aspire for myself and what all of us are charged to do. So that's what we're here now. In the process of you utilizing this platform, and we're going to show you some things. In the process of this, what you're going to find is that the door is open for your financial freedom, for you to become empowered. And what we're here to do is to empower you to wealth. Now, some of you may feel that you're already wealthy. Some definitions of wealth may be different for other people. But our definition of wealth today is in terms of finance. And we are saying that financially, that will lead you to becoming wealthy and healthy, because you will be able to use the finances in order for preventive health, to eat right, and for those things, to keep your stress level down. You're going to feel better and you'll be much happier, and all of these things affect your health. And so there again, we're talking about empowering you to become wealthy, which of course is going to open the door for you for all kinds of things that you want. We're going to break the chains so that no longer are you enslaved by the limitations of finance that has been imposed upon us. And so what I'm going to do is go to this platform here. And one of the things that I hear that has been spoken in one of the wealth coaches, and I believe that's Les Brown, he says, you can only have two things in life. And he says that's reasons or results. Notice, reasons don't count. And this is something, one of the success statements that was quoted by that was stated by Robert Anthony. So what this means is that sometimes we have reasons all stacked up in our mind why we're not able to accomplish things. So what we're saying to you is that in this model here that we're presenting to you, reasons don't count because they don't bring about results. So what we want you to do is all of those reasons that you've had in your mind why you said you cannot recruit, you cannot get referrals, you cannot share, you've never made money in a platform or in an income program before, you've never made more than $1,000 a month, all of these things that are in your mind that have kept you in the place that you're in right now, we're asking you to toss those out the window, or just toss them in your mind. Imagine all of those reasons, toss them out the window. No longer do they have a place to live. They're gone. All we want you to do is to keep an open mind and laser beam in and target what we are going to show you today. What you see before you is a treasure map. Do you guys like treasure maps? I love treasure maps. As a kid, I used to draw treasure maps. I used to go and bury stuff in the ground and in different places, and then I would go back home and I'd create draw my own treasure map. And my mother, really didn't have that much trouble with me when I was a kid getting in trouble, because I was always doing something that was, kind of fun and, kept me thinking in the process of doing playful things, but they were, at that time, I guess, productive. I didn't know in my mind that creating a treasure map was productive. But when she looked at it, and then she said, well, let me play the game with you. And she played it with us, and we all used the treasure map and we found the treasures. And it was so much fun. That was just one Saturday. And she told me, she says, I'm really proud of you that you were able to execute this. Well, she didn't use execute because I was too young at the time, but she said, I'm proud of you that you were able to do that. So, you know, this treasure map brought back memories. And it makes me realize, it made me realize that we need to have a map. We need to be organized about our goals. We need to have a system by which we are going to achieve our goals. That's the first step to wealth. You got to be organized. You need to have a system. And as you see, we have the platforms outlined here, from Feed Me, the Super Feeder, to the ebook. And what the ebook is going to do is going to build your crowd, and all the way to Fund Me 247, which is going to help you to, you know, compound and to expand upon your funds, and all the way to infinity and to your goal right there. And so this map is representative of what we are going to do with these 3 platforms. So what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about these programs so that you'll know. Some of you that are here, you may not really be aware of how the platforms work. So we're going to talk about these platforms. Dynamic Trio is the brand name for all 3 of them. We started out with Fund Me 247, and then there was Infinity, and then now there's Feed Me 247. Okay, and all 3 of these represent the Dynamic Trio. Now, Feed Me 247 is our super feeder. And super feeder is basically what we call our crowd builder. It helps you to build your organization quickly and efficiently. We have all the features in this particular system that you need in order to attract people into this project, and also to enable them to be moved once they get into the system and pipelined into the next platform, which is Fund Me 247. We make it easy for them to become connected through the pipeline by putting them into the system and allowing them to become free members at the same time they become registered, after they become registered with Feed Me 247. So these 2 are pipelined together to work together. And so once they register for Feed Me, then they also become free members of Fund Me 247. And now you've got 2 platforms that you're building per member at the same time. So this is what we talk about as being integrated and automated, and building your crowd. Now, Fund Me 247 is a very powerful platform, and we love that platform because we know that it has the ability to really build up your funds. And so we call it a booster. We call it our contributions or our donations booster, because once our member is activated in this platform, they are able to boost their funds from $12.50 per member to $200 per member. And it's not hard to do because Feed Me has already been set up and is growing your crowd, okay? And so once Fund Me has started doing its job, doing its work, boosting you up through all 5 levels, moving you into the 3rd platform, which is called Infinity, you remember you have people coming behind you, and this is just moving up, pushing up automatically. It's not anything that's necessarily hard and a strain. It happens. It happens because of the way we set up the system. Now, Infinity is our millionaire platform. And if you use Infinity, and if you work Infinity, well, basically you really don't have to work Infinity, because why? By the time you get to Infinity, you've come through Feed Me and Fund Me, it's passive. It just happens. People are just flowing and flowing into infinity, and all you do is you just check your back office and you'll see your funds growing every week in infinity, because that's another weekly source of funds, of donations. Okay, this is the Millionaire Platform, and when I get a chance to show you what this can do, you will be astounded. Every time I look at this, I'm just amazed at the use of leverage that this platform has employed, and the compounding and FundMe that has been employed. All of the principles of wealth are employed in these platforms. You could see it. It's through practical application. And once all of these are worked together, then they will create the results for you that you want in terms of your wealth. Now, what I would like for you to do, of course, is to write down what your wealth figure is. You should know right now what your target is. What is your target? You know your mission? That should be written down. And it should be written down and kept in a place where you can see it all the time, whether it be in your coat pocket, in your pocket, if you're walking around with a shirt or a jacket or pockets, or if you put it on your refrigerator or put it on your mirror in your room. It should be something that you look at all of the time to remind yourself that you have this mission, that this is the mission you have guaranteed, that mission that you have committed yourself to do. And so that's important. Now, the other thing is you need to write down what the monetary goal is. Do you know what that is? Because it could shift in your mind, and then, you don't have a clear target in order to reach. And that's very important. So I'm asking each and every one of you right now, if you can, if you have an ink pen and a sheet of paper right next to you, write down what your mission is and write down what the financial target is, okay? And then when you do that, now everything else, of course, is, comes after, is secondary. And it makes it much easier for things to flow to you, okay? So now, the first thing in Feed Me 247 that we do is we seek to educate, because we want people to understand what our concept is in our platforms. Crowdfunding is the concept that we are using to build wealth. And we have a free ebook that we give away, that we enable you to give away on your website upon registration. So each person, as they come to the website and they view the video, then what they're required to do is to register to get this ebook. And once they register, then they can log into the back office. Well, of course, they have to confirm their registration, and then they now are able to log in. And when they log into the back office, what's going to happen is that they're going to be able to see that ebook back there, and there's going to be a link for them to download it. Now, they can take the time and download and read it. They can download it and read it. And after they read it, that is really easy reading, because it's only 12 pages and very easy reading, and really very motivational, very encouraging. And so what it normally does is those people that read that are so interested that they're ready to move on to the second steps. There's only 4 steps. And then the second step is for them, now that they understand what crowdfunding can do for them, now they're ready to engage in the platform so that they can begin to get started on their quest to begin to generate their funds toward wealth. And so what you do is, or what they'll be doing is they'll be signing up for Fund Me 247 as a free member. Now that is important. Now you see where the 2 platforms are connected and integrated, and all of the funds that they will be receiving on this platform, Feed Me 247, is going to go to their Fund Me 247 back office. Now, the first funds will be going to activate them into Fund Me 247. So eventually, they will not remain free members. As they become active on these platforms, they will become activated automatically. And then they will begin to engage in what we call our donations boosters. And that's where you're going to also see the power in terms of leveraging and the growth of an organization. Now, so that's basically what Feed Me 247 is doing. And you can see that in this illustration right here. And this is important in when you are embarking upon the path of becoming a millionaire. And they'll tell you this in the book that we're studying right now, called The 1 Minute Millionaire. They talk about leveraging as one of the ways to become a millionaire. And so definitely we're on the right track. Leveraging means being able to reproduce your own efforts. It's like, cloning yourself. And you can't do it all and do it all efficiently. So you clone yourself by engaging the assistance of other people, and everyone has something to gain from it, because everyone is on the path for wealth, and they are receiving the results of it within this system. You give and you receive. You give and you receive on our platforms, and it's amazing how it works. I'm going to continue to go forward with it after I show you this small little illustration here on how these three platforms work together. Okay, now with Feed Me 247, there's like 6 compartments in what we call a pod, all right? And these compartments are where your referrals are going to be placed. So anytime someone registers on your Feed Me 247 website, they will be listed in your back office, but they won't be put into this pod until they have engaged in the market by giving a $10 donation to use the marketing system. At that point, they become a member. Okay, a member of Feed Me 247. Now they're a member of Fund Me 247. So with Feed Me, you see these circles here. The first circle is, you see a little green circle within the inside, and that's the first referral. That's yours on the left. And then go to the next picture, and you see the circle, someone on the inside, a second one on your right. So these two on the inner circles are your referrals. It only takes 2 people. And let me tell you this. And the key thing that you do in processes such as these is you sit down and you write down what your mission or what your activity is going to be in order to get specific people or specific amounts of people, in order that you be able to talk to so many people a day. So you start with 2, that's it. It only takes 2 people to get started. And then what you do is you encourage those other 2 people and show them what to do and let them move forward and get there too. And this is what we're calling the leveraging. And they will go forth, 2 will get 2, will get 2. And if you've ever heard of the double your penny scenario, where you can double a penny every day, and in 30 days you can become a millionaire. Imagine if you doubled your contacts every day, your outreach every day. Maybe you start out with 2 today, and then tomorrow you double it to 4 tomorrow. And maybe that's too much. You can start out with 1 and you double that. And the next day you contact 2. The next day you contact 3. By the end of the month, you should have a significant organization built up of possibly over 100 people. And that is a very substantial start to wealth on this platform. So what we're showing you here in this inner circle is that you start out with 2 And then those two get to, now you instantly have $30 that's going to be sent to your Fund Me 247 wallet. And what happens is the system will take that and automatically activate you for Fund Me 247. That's if you're a free member. If you are an existent member and you're already activated in Fund Me 247, then the funds will just be sitting in your wallet for your use. It's up to you. You can withdraw it if you want, or you can leave it there for upgrade, okay? So that's $30 that you get just from 6 people. Well, and all you've done is engaged with 2. Okay, so you can see how leveraging works. You engage with 2, and those 2 engage with 2, and it continues to go forward. And with 2, 2, 2, 2, going all the way down the line, by the end of the month, you should definitely have a couple hundred people in your organization without a whole lot of effort, because it's not you that's actually going out to try to get all of these people. You engage the work of other people through what? Duplication. And this is very easy to duplicate because we've set up a system, a success system through which you will be able to accomplish this. You don't have to train your people. We train your people. You don't supply them with the tools they need. We supply them with the tools that they need. All you have to do is bring them in as they come into your organization, come to the calls, and we have the Millionaire Project. They have that they can attend free of charge. And we build them up both mentally and show them the way on Thursdays, how these platforms work, and off they go. And so that momentum is established automatically. So now they're an active member of Fund Me 247, and now they are receiving donations of $12.50 per member that land in their tiers. Now in Fund Me, you see that there's the beginning tier is a silver tier. And it's this particular tier, each person, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will send you $12.50. Now you don't have to wait until that tier is full before you receive $12.50. I mean, $75, which is 6 times $12.50. You don't have to wait until that's full. You will receive that $12.50 immediately. Each time a person activates, becomes activated, coming from Feed Me 247, and they're activated, they're going to send you immediately $12.50. It's in the system. So they don't have to necessarily send it to your Cash App. They don't send it to your Google Pay or PayPal or anything. It's in the back office. And then at that point, it will begin to build. Now, you have the option, because our system is automated, you have the option of clicking on automation and allowing the system to guide you through this process, this wealth building process, by repurchasing a tier for you each time your tier is complete. So you see 6 people is in this Fund Me 247 tier. So what you'll do is it will put $12.50 in your wallet. But when you get to the point where there's only 2 spaces left, it'll hold back because it's going to purchase another silver tier for you, and the money needs to be there for you to purchase that silver tier. Each time that tier is completed, you need to get another tier so you can continue receiving donations. If you don't have a tier, there's nowhere for your donation, the Chrome, to place your donations. So that's the reason why we suggest you put automation on. Now, pipeline, you see here, when this is full, you get $75 in your cash wallet. Okay, now go to infinity, that's pipelined. So now, once you are receiving and your referrals are receiving the funds, they now have the opportunity to pipeline into Infinity. And Infinity is only $29 a month. And these 6 referrals now that came from Feed Me 247, moving through Fund Me 247, are now engaged to go into Infinity. And you can see where these 6 referrals and their referrals, just 2 levels, would bring you $60 a week in donations and $24 a week in bonus, 20% matching bonus. So that's an extra $84 per week that you're going to receive. And you get all of this from 6 members being pipelined from Feed Me to Infinity. So that shows you how the system is automated, integrated, pipeline to work. You don't have to go back in office and click on anything to move anybody in your system. It's very simple. And you let this, all you do is let the system do it for you. Okay, all right. So now let's go to and talk about Fund Me here, because Fund Me is the next platform that we call this our free wealth building platform. And this is the one that is our donations booster. I showed you the first platform, which is the silver tier, but it also has a gold tier where you can receive $25 per person, per member. Then it has an emerald tier where you will receive $50 per person, has a diamond tier where you will receive $100 per member, and the crown level, which is you will receive $200 per level. Okay, so this is automated. And it's really exciting on how it works. So I'm gonna go right away and show you how this works. Now, of course, to qualify to be in the Fund Me, of course, you have to be activated to receive funds in Fund Me. Now, you can be a free member, but you will not be qualified. If you're not qualified by being activated for that $31 quarterly platform membership, then you will not receive these donations. Okay, so we said before, if you come through Feed Me, you're going to be automatically activated. And the way this goes is there's 5 levels, and I already gave you those levels from silver to gold. And you can see here the amount that you're qualified to receive as you graduate up each level from silver, gold, emerald, diamond, and crown. And each particular tier, you can you receive a specific amount. The silver tier, you receive $75 because that's 6 members that rest in a tier. All the tiers have 6 members in it. And as each member comes from Feed Me 247 and is activated into Fund Me, and they fill up these tiers, they're going to be sending you these donations. Silver tier is $12.50. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times $12.50 is $75. On the gold tier, they're going to receive you're going to receive $25 per member. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 25 is $150. Now the emerald tier, you're going to be qualified to now receive $50 per member. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be 6 times 5 is $300. On the diamond tier, this would be diamond, you will receive $100 per member. So that's $100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's $600 per member. And in the crown tier, you would receive $200 per member. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's $200. And the way this works is you graduate up. Once you receive, you fill up your first tier, $75. The system, if it's on automation, it will take $50 and it will donate it to someone in your upline that's on the gold level, and it will donate to them their tier $50, and now it qualifies you to receive $25 from the gold tier. And it will take the remaining $25 and it will buy you another silver tier. So what? So now you can start receiving $12.50 again. You can continuously receive $12.50 donations while your gold tier is filling up. And while your gold tier is filling up, $25 times 6, now what's going to happen is once it's full, then the system is going to take $100 and it's going to donate it to someone in your upline that is going to receive that $100. So now you'll be qualified to receive on the Emerald level donations of $50 per person. So that's $50 times 6 is $300. So now you're receiving $12.50 over and over again from all of the members that are following you. You'll be receiving $25 over and over from all of the members that'll be following you. And you'll be receiving $50 from all of the members that are moving up under you. Because as they move up through these tiers, they're pushing you up because they're sending you donations. And that's 5 times 6 is $300. The system is going to take, out of that $300, it's going to take $200 and give it to someone in your upline. And that's going to qualify you to receive now $100 in donations per member. And so now you're receiving from 4 different tiers over and over and over. That's what we call compounding. It doesn't stop. As you grow up, it continues to grow and overflow, okay? So that's $100 times 6 equals $600 that you get just from filling up one tier in the diamond level arena. So then they're going to take, the system is going to take $200 and it's going to buy you another, it's going to be donated to another person in your upline so that you can get another diamond tier and continue to receive $100 donations. So then it's going to take the other $400 and give it to someone in your upline that's on the crown level. So now you're qualified to receive $200. Okay, that means that all these members coming in behind you being activated from Feed Me to Fund Me 247 are going to be moving up through these systems. And as they move up, they've got to donate to you as they go up so they can be qualified to receive on the higher levels. And then that means that you will be receiving on the crown level $200 per person. $200 times 6 is $1,200. And if you just one go round, coming from silver to crown, and you only have to come once you're qualified, you only have to continue, you're already there. You don't have to keep paying over and over again, but you do have to continue to get new tiers so that you can fill, those tiers can be filled up with donations again, okay? So it's just like, nature. Nature doesn't like a void. When there is a void, it will fill that void. And so as you continue to grow all the way up through these particular levels, these tiers get full. And once they get full, then you got to get another tier so it will make room for other people to come in under you so that you can continue to receive donations. And also what's happening is that there's spillover. So when you have people, you've got a team that's active and the upline that's very active, you're liable to look and see in your tier people there that you don't know. And that means that it comes from spillover. So you'll get assistance from above and you also get assistance from below. It just all depends on the flow on how active your organization is. So to go from one round from silver to crown, you will have generated $2,325 in donations. You will have only given $775 in donations to get there. So you're not using up all your money. I've had people who have said to me, well, it looks like as I move up, looks like all the money is either being used up and me getting another tier, or in me trying to grow up to another tier upgrade. No, that's the way that it works, and the numbers are $2,325 is what you generate totally from silver to crown. In order for you to get there, you would have given $775, which gives you a net profit of $1,500 in donation, going from silver to crown. And that doesn't include now the funds and donations that you receive from compounding, because as you move up through these levels, they never stop producing. And it's amazing to see that, because that's what I've experienced with it as well. You just go back in your office and you look and you say, wow, somebody, you see 150 back there one day, you might see $300 back there another day. It comes from the flow, from the pipeline and the integration that we've set up, the momentum that is established from the Feed Me 247 super feeder. That's why that is so important. Now, the next level is infinity. This level is the preparation phase. Fund Me 247 is the preparation phase for your millions. Okay? So what I mean is that with Feed Me 247 establishing the momentum, and Fund Me 247 being your booster, boosting up these funds, setting you up on these different tier levels to receive as your crowd goes through, building upon building upon building on these different tiers. It's very easy now, because the momentum is established, for you to move into Fund Me to Infinity. Fund Me to Infinity now is ready to receive these people through the pipeline. And now you're developing an organization that is deep. Okay, so the way that Fund Me makes you a millionaire is by having a deeper organization. And it's not hard to do in this particular scenario, because you've established it from Feed Me 247 already. As they say, start slow and build up the momentum gradually. And then the next thing you know, you're there. So what we're going to show you with Fund Me to Infinity, we call this our Exponential Donations Accelerator. Okay? And the reason why we call it that, because it accelerates, it speeds up the power of your organization results. It speeds up the donations. It's exponentially multiply each person by $5 per member. You receive contributions, donations, $5 per member, unlimited wide and deep. And you receive 20 to 40% matching bonus based on the amount of directs that you have, anywhere from 6, I think 4, anywhere from 4 all the way up, okay? So we're going to show you how that works as well. But this is all automated, okay? So let's go into look at this scenario with Fund Me to Infinity. Now, I'm not even going to go over these two lines right here, the first two top levels here, because these examples don't even count, because you have Feed Me 247, and when you come in, more likely you're going to have 8 people. Okay, so the scenario, the third line here, which is 8-4. So that's if you have 8 directs. Now this is going to be very easy to do with Feed Me 247. You're going to have, with Feed Me 247, you have 6 people in your pod, okay? And these 6 people are going to be following you through Fund Me, and they're going to be growing up through the donation boosters, and they're going to be following you directly into Fund Me to Infinity. I'm just going to say Infinity for a quickness here. So you're going to have 8 people by the time you're ready to be into infinity. And let's say these 8 people have 4 people each. Well, I'm lowballing it here because, you know, working with Feed Me 247, everybody's going to have 6 because it's working in multiples of 6, okay? Even though you started with 2, okay? So on level 1, you'll have 6 people. On level 2, you'll have 12 people that'll be coded to you. All right, so that's 6 times $5, which is $30. And then on the second level, that'll be 12 times $5, which is $60. So that's $90 per week that you're going to receive in donations. That's per week, $90 per week. And now you also qualify for 40% matching bonus. So that's going to be $32 added on to that weekly donations, the weekly donations that you receive. So that's going to be $122 that you receive per week. That's just from one pod. One Feed Me 247 coming through the pipeline. $122 a week. And that'll be $524.60 per month. All you do is you give $29 every 28 days. So $29 out of $524 is child's play. And no matter how much funds that you receive through this system, it's always $29 every 28 days. It never changes, okay? So that's $524. That's just on 2 levels, guys. 2 levels, real easy. That's one pod. Let's go down to 5 levels because see, the way the wealth is established in the infinity plan is depth. And you're going to see the difference between the two. This fourth scenario here that we have 8-4, this is down the last one here, that's down 5 levels. Okay, so let's take a look at this. On the first level, you'll have 6 people qualified to you, 12 people qualified to you on the second, 24 on the third, 48 on the fourth, 96 on the fifth. Now, let me explain this to you. This is where you see leverage, because for you to try to get all of these people yourself would be very hard to do, okay? But by the fact of you cloning yourself, and you just started with 2 people and it turned into 6, and here you've got 8 people direct, and these 8 people got 4 people on their own. You didn't get those 4 people for them. They got those 4 people for them. The system is designed to set it up so that it works that way. And then you see the leverage work for you here in the Infinity plan. So when you look over here at the weekly donations that you're going to receive, it's $930. On the first level, you receive $30. Second level, you receive $60. Third level, $120. Fourth level, $240. Fifth level, $480. That's $930 per week. That's just the difference between 2 levels and 5 levels deep. And you qualify for 40% matching bonus again, and a 40% matching bonus on those 5 levels is $480. So that's $480 plus $930. It gives you $1,410 per week that you're going to be receiving from just this Infinity plan. That's per week, folks. That is not per month. That is per week. So if you go down 5 levels, you have an organization that's touching down 5 levels. That means all it means is that your people, your directs, got 4 people, and those 4 people got 4 people, all the way down 5 levels, 5 times, you're going to be receiving 4 figures a week. And that's going to be $6,063 a month and $73,320 per year. Okay, now, I just lowballed this for you, but when you get down to 8 levels and 9 levels, you'll be receiving 5 figures per week, and you'll be hitting the millionaire level. All you have to do is get to between 8 and 9. Get to 8 and 9. By the time you're 9, you're already at the $1 million level and halfway to the $2 million level. You can do this. All you have to do is plan. And the way that you plan is you take a look at the platforms and you decide how many pods you want to turn a day. So let's look at this, Feed Me 247 pod, this first scenario here. Let's say you want to turn 2 pods this day. And that's 6 people in a pod, okay? You're not getting 6 people, you're getting 2. So basically what you're really getting 2 people twice so that you can turn a pod twice. And that's going to be 12 members that are going to be coming into your organization. And that's going to provide you with $60 in donations, okay? Now, they're going to be pipelined to Fund Me. And so those same 12 members are going to come into Fund Me and become activated, and they're going to give you $150 in donations, okay? And so that's how the first 2 pods. So now you've got $60 and $150, and now that's what, $210 that you've received from turning your pod twice. Okay? So now the next day you say, okay, I want to repeat that action. I want to return my pod twice. That means I'm going to get 2 people twice to, fill up my pod, because I'm just going to bring in 2, but the other 2 are going to bring in their 2, and then it's going to, set off a chain of events here. So that's going to be 2 more people. Now you got 2 more pods. You got 12 more people now coming into your organization. And again, you get $60 again. Then those same 12 people move through into Fund Me, and they're going to become active, and you're going to receive $150 from them. That's day 2. So now what happens if you look at day 2 now, you've got 24 people in your Feed Me 247 organization. You got 24 people in your Fund Me organization, and you've received $420. 2 days. All you did was turn 4 pods and Feed Me 247. You see, you just take things small, bite size at a time, and you just grow and grow and grow. So you can continue to do these steps. Even if you decide you wanted to turn 1 pod a day, you're still going to see significant results. So now let's pipeline it through to infinity. Those same 12 people, those 24 people now coming through to infinity has yielded you in weekly donations $150 per week with a 40% matching bonus of $240. So now you've got a weekly donation from Infinity of $390. And that came from you turning your pod 4 times and having 24 members in your organization from turning the pod 4 times. This is how you reason out how you want to work. If you feel that you want to be more industrious and you want to go at 4 pods a day and you want to double that figure, because that's like with 4 pods a day, it's 120, and 300 was what, 420? And then you've got 390. So that's 420. So that's about $810 that you would be getting. So, and that's from 4 pods. You can double that. Okay, real easy. And you could see where you can move pretty quickly. Now, the key, I'm gonna go back here to this chart here. The key is here. By the time, if you get down to the 5th level, when you get down to the 5th level in your organization that it's working, that means you've got members all the way down 5 levels and they're operating, okay? They're active. It's gonna take off a life of its own in Infinity. It's gonna move on down to levels 6, 7, and 8 all by itself very quickly. You won't have to push it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna take off on its own. So this is the Millionaire Platform, and this is what we're going to use in terms of practicum. We're going to guide you through this and set up your process for you to become a millionaire. Now, Infinity is the plan that's going to establish you. Fund Me, Feed Me, and Fund Me sets you up for it. And so we're going to do all that we can in terms of giving you the tools that you need, showing you how to do it, and working right with you. We want to create 100 millionaires in a year. And with this platform, we know we can do it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to ask and see if there are any questions that you may have before we go any further.